How did you guys feel about recording with Willie with no headphones? That was an interesting concept, yeah?
Yeah, it's very challenging.
I don't know if you agree with this or not, but a lot of times when you sing with headphones on or you record with headphones on, it changes your perception because the thing that you use to communicate and listen with is covered, even though you're getting that signal, you're getting it in such a diminished way that you know, if they say that sound waves and things like that, like when it's reproduced, it doesn't initiate the same reaction as when you actually hear it. When your ears aren't covered. Like, for instance, you can listen to a classical composition by Shostakovich or somebody like that, you know, or like Rachmaninoff. Is that another one, you know? And like, and then it can move you. But then if you should sit in front of an orchestra, they say that you actually absorb most of that music with your entire body, like your legs and your arms and like some of the senses or some of those things, like some of the emotional reaction is really like the nerves in your body picking that stuff up. I always figure that was always a good enough example to reproduce that in the studio in some way so that the connection was more. Well, there's a lot of influences. I mean, there's a lot of touchstones too. Brad and I both share a huge not just fascination, I just think like I believe in Husker Du. Like I believe in that band, and Space Wolf totally believes in that band, and Space Wolf and Brad were in this band called Iodine that were so amazing and like reflected that stuff, but in this different way, you know. And then, but then there's different touchstones for me because for me, you know, I always couldn't hear the difference between. I mean, I could hear the difference, but I couldn't hear the difference in meaning between like a really good Grateful Dead boot and like Black Flag My War. Like I saw similarities, or I heard things that moved me because of intent. You know, it's kind of like, I don't mean to sound at all to bring girls up or something like that, but you know, it's all how they look at you. You know. It's all what's reflected, you know. That's where it all is, you know. And records do that to me. In terms of playing, at this point, for me now, it's our own music is my touchstone because it's everything is seeped in. My grandmother actually listened to country music on. We had this record player that would fold out, and while she was cooking eggs and stuff in the kitchen, she would pull out the record player. This is before cassettes were normal, at least to us, you know, because we didn't have a whole lot of dough. So I would get to like thumb through the records, and my papa and G-Mom would listen to Stanley Brothers, the Louvin Brothers, Osborne Brothers. Well, they really liked bluegrass. We would listen to Patsy Cline, but for some reason they had Patsy Cline not strings, or it seemed to be less strings version. Loretta Lynn. They loved Willie Nelson. But when my grandfather, my papa, passed away, she couldn't listen to country music anymore. And I asked her one night why, sitting on the back porch when she was having a cig, and she said, she goes, I can't listen to country songs anymore because she goes, it breaks my heart, makes me want to cry, makes me think about your papa. I think it was like that moment I went, like, I have to write country music. Do you know what I mean? It was like it was like in my mind it was like I have to go learn how to do this.